cuộc sống đẹp khởi đầu.
Tell me what you say. Turn it, yeah. Turn the lights on. Turn the lights on. Turn the light. Tell me what you say. Turn it, yeah. Turn the lights on. Turn the lights on. Turn all the lights on. All the light. Turn all the lights on. All the light. Turn the lights on. All the light. Turn all the light. All the light. All the lights on. Turn all the lights.
Switch.
Tell me what you say. Turn it, yeah. Turn the lights on. Turn the lights on. Turn the light. Tell me what you say. Turn it, yeah. Turn the lights on. Turn the lights on. Turn the light up. Turn the light. Turn all the lights on. Oh, the light. Turn the light up. Turn the light down. Oh, the lights on. Oh, the light. Oh, the lights on. Oh, the light. Turn all the lights on. Oh, the light. Turn the lights on. Oh, the light. Turn all the light. Oh, the light. Oh, the lights on. Turn all the lights on.
And we're back. PSG Impunity. I think it's looking like a one-sided affair, but I want your opinion. If Impunity are to win, how did they do it?
Yeah, like you said, one-sided. Impunity should come out and manhandle PSG. Really shouldn't be close. Nah, but on a serious note, I mean, yeah, it's rough for Impunity. I think if they are going to win, somehow it's like PSG let the game go on too long and maybe Shera can scale up. He kind of plays like Adiogs, right? He likes to play those kind of scaling champs. But I think it's going to be so difficult against PSG because PSG, they've gotten really even more aggressive since Maple joined the roster. Hard to say if that's because of him or not because they are playing a lot around Arja. So, yeah, I think it's going to be really difficult for Impunity to stand up against this. If they can get through the lanes, get to 20 minutes, maybe they have some sort of shot, but this feels like one of the most one-sided matchups in the PCS.
Yeah, it definitely does. And I think one important thing about it is that when we often see the stat comparisons, and it has been Blaze in them, I think he averages something like down 800 or something gold by 14 minutes as an 80 carry. Which really just tells you how these games are going. It kind of is just absolute rolls. And yeah, I don't see a real way for this to be any different. But I mean, I'm open to Impunity for I'm open to Impunity, you know, proving me wrong. Bringing out something that, you know, looks a bit stronger. Obviously, Shera on the Azir looked very good. Maybe if they can try and get that. They are going to be on the red side though, so if Azir's open, you do feel like perhaps it is going to be looked at for a first pick. It seems like there's not too much that go toe-to-toe with it and feels pretty safe to be able to do so. On your screen here is Impunity. Obviously, Felia coming in. Looks like he will be just their full-time support now. Have Smurf as their sub. I think not too much has changed, really, between having the two of them. I think most things have stayed the same. It really does tend to lie on both Arashi and Shera to get things done, it feels like, a lot of the time. And at the moment, at least, it doesn't feel like they have the ability to. So we'll have to see if they can change something up here and make some impact against PSG.
Yeah, I think Blaze as well has had some good games once he gets rolling, but it's just, it feels like Impunity have to get out of the early game somewhat even, which is just such a difficult task. And oh man, you were talking about Blaze's goal difference at 14. Shera down 1,100.
Isolated deaths.
Oh my god, 16.
That has to be the worst in the league, surely. I mean, Xiaotu might be competing, but that is unreal.
That is a lot, yeah.
This guy is really the only person so far that's carried them to a win, but based on this stat here, it feels like he is often the reason they lose too, because 16 deaths isolated is an absurd stat.
There's quite a few. All right, let's head into the draft and see what the teams have in store for us. I kind of hope that the side of PSG do just pay the respect and ban away the Azir or something from Shera, because I think that that's pretty much the only chance they have of winning, and Azir just seems like such a strong.
Obviously, it has been nerfed to the most recent patch, but it still feels pretty strong.
Yeah, so Nemo, Jace, both up Obviously, the Maokai is in there as well. Lots of interesting choices available. Might just be a 2-for-1 trade. And Jace is the first pick. Okay. Now, what are you going to take against this? Could just pick up your choice of jungler. I really do like the Azir into Jace. Wouldn't be surprised to see this again.
Yeah, makes sense. This is going to be locked in.
Oh, okay. So they deny the Maokai. This does give over the Sedge Jax if they want to pick it up. And that makes it pretty hard to pick a top lane into it because normally, Gragas is your answer. But with 2 APs in your top or in your mid jungle already, it would be quite difficult. I would like it, I think, if PSG do just lock in the Sedge Jax. I think taking the Maokai is kind of bad. I feel like it's better to go Azir Sedge. Or maybe even Jax Sedge, honestly. Or maybe even...
Yeah,
I feel like now that you've kind of made top lane difficult, although...
Yeah, I was going to say, if you do go the Sedge Jax, you are very heavy on AD, unless Waku pulls out an AP, but... I like the Rumble. What can you really pick into it? Doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of good options. Nah, might not be the worst.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like you said earlier in the cast, I think the Jax is often picked in the Rumble, but it's definitely a scaling counter pick, and you hesitate to even call it a counter pick, right? I guess it does well after like 3 items or something, but earlier
This
on
feels
it does
very
not.
one-sided.
Fiora.
Now, this feels like Arja should have his way with the top lane, at least for the beginning of the game.
Yeah, it seems a little odd.
Level 1 maybe, Fiora wins. And then after that it feels quite downhill. Now, ban phase, Ashe, taken away. I guess they're just going to target some AD carries. There is still the Xayah open, Aphelios of course.
Yeah, there's a lot
Even
of
the
AD carries
Varus.
still up. I think PSG, you can probably just ban out the Xayah. Because I think... Okay, they ban the Rakan instead. Want to leave the Xayah available, I guess, but I feel like most ADCs are fairly immobile at the moment and will struggle into the Rumble. And it's the first game of Rumble we've seen here this week on this new patch. I think it is a really strong champ, but...
Has been banned.
Yeah, I think it's also just kind of hard to pick sometimes because often, you end up having to prioritize other stuff or you end up with too much AP or something, can't lock it in. But PSG, they've found a way to get it.
Yeah, now Milio will be taken away from Woody. This is a very consistent thing we see. The last ban here, I mean, there's Nautilus, Fiona. I feel like you can just ban whatever.
Oh, they missed it.
I feel like, yeah, it doesn't feel like there's really a ban here that matters, almost.
Yeah, it's hard because any ADC you ban, you are banning away from yourself. But I think that Xayah could have been the better ban. I mean, I think it is probably the easiest to play into the Sedge Rumble. That being said, I feel like Xayah could really struggle against range. If there is a Varus game to be played, could probably be this one. See what Waku ends up going for, though. Alternatively, I mean, they can just go the likes of Aphelios Thresh or even Aphelios Lulu. Looks like it will be the Varus. It makes sense, right? Xayah struggles against the range. And I think you do have enough DPS from the rest of your team that if you do want to play Poke Varus or even AP Varus, you can probably make it work. So what's Woody's pick going to be?
Ooh.
I'm kind of down for that.
Yeah, so am I.
Maybe they just want more lockdown for the Rumble, though. It is a lot easier to play Rumble with some point and click. I don't know about you, but I'm more of a QWE Rumble. Not very good at the ult. So having CC on your team makes it a lot easier.
Do you use Rumble ult on quick cast or smart, or what's the other one? Smart cast? Is
It's
it?
normal cast or smart cast.
Oh, there you go.
Right?
Which one do you use? Because I'm a firm believer of normal cast for Victory and Rumble ult.
No.
Now you quick cast it?
I quick cast everything, even Victory.
Oh.
I swear Victory is not even that hard, man. I don't know what people are on about. But last pick will be the Leona locked in. I'm feeling PSG's comp. I mean, this is
too.
I think if it were another team, I'd be worried a little bit about the Varus, but I do think this is actually a pretty good game for it, and they do have lots of damage from other sources, so I think it's going to be fine. I still think Impunity have a very strong comp, especially kind of the jungle down. I'm not too sure about the Fiora. I feel like it's honestly not really going to find a lot of value in this game. But I'm open to being proved wrong. I mean, if he can win the top matchup and then just end up a split push win condition, could be troublesome.
Shock.
I'm looking.
Peer your eyes.
I see it.
See it?
I see it. RJ, he's got the ignite.
Based. This man, he's taken to this Fiora.
Yeah.
He realizes he doesn't need to teleport to lane if he just kills Fiora twice.
No, he's going to cook her up.
I love it. That's some confidence.
I think it is good.
Yeah. I think a lot of times in the professional scene, teleport is a little bit over appreciated. I think there are like a lot of champions that you can do better off, especially in the top lane, by not taking the teleport. I mean, sometimes you even see Darius players take the teleport on Darius, where it feels like you can just win the game quicker if you do take the ghost, and you get more pressure. I mean, the similar with Rumble here. If you are able to pressure your lane better, you get the Rift Shield, and the teleport becomes a little less impactful. I mean, you might lose a little bit of CS here and there, but ultimately the lane pressure is more important. So I like it. I think
I do too.
A lot of times, yeah, you still will have the teleport available here in the mid lane from the Jace.
Kind of brings it back to how it used to be in a way of, I can't remember when all the mid laners started changing. I think it would have been about Season 7, but before then, most of the mid laners did not run TP. It was just, regular combat sums. And so you kind of had to play with your 1 TP. So kind of throwing back to those days.
I miss the days where there was literally no team fights and it was just an AD carry support top, an AD carry support bot, and it was whatever team pushed faster.
Those were not the days.
Oh. Maple, TSM emote again.
He's got the Dawn Shield. So just wants to be able to survive the Azir poke. Honestly, I don't think he needs it, given that Azir doesn't have Sorcery second.
Ooh, Arja. Comet, Scorch, absolute focus.
Yeah, the Giga Chad setup.
Yeah, this man's burning down a Fiora today.
Could there be a top invade? Is that what they're playing for? Because if you could split the map, it would make the game unplayable for Fiora, I think. Doesn't look like they're going to go for it. Said just drop a ward. I'm going to get confirmation on that solo start.
Let's see. How will this mid lane play out? Because we've seen the Jace Azir earlier today.
Yeah.
And it favored the Azir.
Yeah, I think it's an Azir favored matchup for sure. I think that it can be dicey when Jace picks up the Dirk. Ooh. But before that,
I feel like this fight might just favor PSG.
Yeah.
The early...
Woody takes a lot of damage, though.
Certainly does. Hooks back in, though. Halo Blade's all used up now for Wako. All things considered, looks like Impunity did get the better end of that trade. Maple, though, he's not concerned about his ear poke. He's just running into him.
Yeah. And he has the Phase Rush and also has the Sustain. So probably will be okay.
That's level 2 first. Now, RJ up here, level 1 even, getting himself a health advantage, but it is level 2 now for this Fiora. But here is the power of Rumble. You turn around and you burn her.
Yep. Might see another trade in the bot side.
Yeah, Woody.
Oh, Hook comes
Yeah,
out.
Hook does come out onto Felia, and
Oh,
wow. That's
knife for poke.
Yeah.
I mean, Woody was using the health pot, so it cuts the healing.
It's still up in health, though. And
Up in
Felia
ignite, too.
doesn't have any pots, so
Yeah, he's in trouble.
this lane just got very, very difficult for Impunity's bot lane.
Can he get the cannon? Oh, he did get it.
But it is slow pushing into PSG.
I think it might end up fixing. Just because I feel like at some point Varus will have to trade. We'll see what happens though. I think if PSG do just completely ignore it, don't auto at all, it will end up in a really good spot for them. Yeah, okay, so Impunity, they're going to try and crash it. They do have their jungler on their side of the map. And PSG probably do know that, given that they had that level 1 ward. And with the creep advantage, we'll probably be pretty safe to crash this, but CS is definitely going the way of Wako at this point. And trades in mid lane also going the way of Cher. I think it is definitely a good matchup for Azir. But so much can change, you know? If there's a bunch of early skirmishes and suddenly you're fighting Chapter Azir versus Dirk Jace, it can be very, very tough. Looks like there will be some sort of invade. Jay just drops a ward. Is he going to try to come over the wall? I mean, there is the phase rush, but Jace is completely oom.
Yeah, can't even use the hammer form Q at this point.
Ooh, Arashi's going to walk him off. They are just going to crash this wave. This would be really nice. I think if Azir can get a relatively free lost chapter or something else, they'd be very, very happy.
Game has been paused. Arashi taking this time to have a little sip of his drink, rehydrate. Always good. Keep rehydrated out there, fellas.
Looks like it might be something with Junjia. Hopefully we'll get some confirmation on what it is soon enough, and would like to get back on the Rift, of course.
Yeah, I'm excited to see top lane. We haven't seen it yet, really, outside of the very early stages. But we've got an Ignite up there, and I think that, you know, deserves some appreciation from the spectators.
For sure.
I feel like LJW probably going to have a hard time in that matchup, at least until a couple items come through.
Bot lane.
Come back. Blaze is very, very low, trying to run away. Wako, though, is now aiming for failure. Does have both summoners available. Will land the slow there. Flash forward. Will confirm the first kill there. First blood now given over to Wako on the Varus.
Yeah, he got it as well. I was worried that Woody might end up taking that, but first blood to him, and Blaze forced to lose this giant creep wave and his sums. Huge win for PSG's bot lane. Recalls did come out of mid. It looks like Sherrod managed to base without using TP, which is pretty big. See how this went down? Impunity, I think once their jungler is spotted top side, they're vulnerable to just being 2v2'd, and we're so low already. And the Hail of Blaze Varus, like I said, I've been a hater. It hasn't really found a lot of impact, but if you can get 2v2 kills with it, then I'm absolutely a fan. They grab himself 600 gold there. It will be the lethal Varus, which I think is honestly fine this game. You've got a lot of DPS from other sources, especially with the Rumble in the mix.
Yeah. And the Rumble already having a very good time up here in the top lane.
That was very optimistic. I like that.
Me too.
Oh, Wako though.
Wako though does have cleanse, does not have flash. He's walking up towards his jungler in support, but Arashi is also going to be there, and it's a kill immediately found here for Impunity. Although it looks like it will be turned around. Woody picking up that one as Sharon Maple now trying to join the fray. Double kill found already for Blaze. Emperor's Divide will not land there onto Junjia as the flash over will ensure his safety, but 2 kills found in return here for Impunity. Very important after dying immediately for obviously what was the first blood.
Yeah, Blaze being 2-0 is just insane given what happened bot. And Wako, I mean, it's kind of greedy, I suppose. He
Very
just thought
greedy.
support would be in the river, but instead Feely was here, just ticked level 4 as well. And a little bit of indecision. I'm not sure if it would have made a difference, but maybe he could have committed to walking that way earlier. I think he still dies no matter what. But it's problematic. I mean, we've seen this happen to Wako a lot lately, of him just dying early. And
Back
Arashi.
to live. Arashi getting very low. Looks like Maple will be aiming to claim that one. He in fact does, and now it's going to be turn around, and Failure not long for the world himself.
Ooh.
Zenith Blade does go off, but it will be Maple now. 2 kills of his own accord.
2 kills to Maple is a huge pickup. Azir will start to struggle, I think, against the Snowball Jace. Now, there is no TP for Maple, so he's going to lose some creeps, at least for now. Well, let's see how this happens. So, looks like Azir doesn't have priority currently. Impunity with the bot move. I mean, they have Xayah around. How did this go so bad? Okay, so the Xayah... Blaze ended up just walking away. It was zoned out by Woody, and Azir was basing and TPing at the time. So, looks like just a lot of miscommunication. Something that costs the bottom teams often and a lot.
Ooh.
And now the Smork shoes picked up for RJ. He's going to be absolutely roasting LJW. Now, LJW needs to be pretty careful. I mean, he's in lethal range already. He's well within lethal range. There's a lot of members on his side of the map, though, and with PSG starting the drag, RJ will probably be content just clearing out the wave. Herald spawns in 5 seconds, and I think that even with the tempo invested into this drag, PSG will probably want to fight this. They have a 2-0 Jace, as well as a Rumble with ult.
Yeah, it is RJ. Preemptively heading in that direction. We do see on the mini-map here.
And Impunity need to get out of here.
Yeah, Jinjia arriving. Arashi does have flash, so does LJW. Glacial Prison will land though, and it is going to be obviously the equalizer. Doesn't find anything, but does secure. There's no real way out here for Arashi's Maokai, and eventually will be taken out. And now Shearer getting looked at. Will be able to flash away and slide on out of there, but again, that's another flash expended. But Herald picked up.
Yeah. I mean, the Herald pickup is very nice. I think Shearer could have got out just by ulting and then WQ, but I'm not too sure. 3-0 now for Maple, though, and this is exactly what you want as Jace. The more... Oh, LJW, I think he's
this
gone.
guy might be dead.
Oh, the Ignite didn't get parried.
Ozzy does have flash. Harpoon! Scorch! Oh
no.
My god!
Don't think the Scorch was up, unfortunately. Very tragic,
wow.
But still a really big pickup, honestly, and in fact, it
Junji
might
is
not
not
be done.
Okay, no, they are going to give up, but it is
look how much
a
it
massive
lose.
wave. As well as more plates here given to Arja. Junji as well, having his free will over this topside jungle. And,
Rumble is looking real good.
Yeah, things not looking so good here for the top laner of Impunity. In fact, the whole map not looking too hot. Zaya, though, Blaze, is doing okay. Obviously, he is in a lane that you are expecting to lose against, and staying relatively even in CS. In fact, with the 2 kills, should be even if not ahead of Wako in terms of gold.
Shearer also kind of holding his own. It's unfortunate that Maple just has 3 kills now. He's managed to keep his tower pretty healthy though, and I think he got a plate in there somewhere. With no TP and a cannon wave crashing, I think Maple will be able to pick up one for himself. Does grab that. And the Rumble with an AD mid obviously is a lot better, and I think that's maybe another reason why it hasn't been picked so much is Tristana Jace, pretty much staple bans here in the PCS. Now, Jace was a PCS champ kind of before it was meta. They really liked it as a flex pick. So now that it's strong, makes sense that the mid laners are looking to pick it up whenever possible.
Okay, Solar Flare available. Philia just hitting 6.
Ooh,
Jinjia actually in the mid way.
He has
Shearer
no
doesn't have
Q.
flash. Glacial Prism will land here. Maple is trying to find the damage, is able to get up over that wall using one of those sand soldiers, so keeps himself alive, but it is going to be his ult used, as well as teleport not available. Should mean even more gold over here to Maple. And this is prior to even having his serrated Dirk available. And now that Solar Flare is used bot.
That is actually insane. I didn't even notice he had no Dirk. He's gotten 3 kills by rushing tier Merc Treads. That's pretty insane. Bot lane
Now
fight
bot,
though.
Jinji is here, doesn't have ult available. Arashi does, but it's Philia getting targeted first, and he's getting so low. The knock-up coming through from Nautilus will secure at least 1 kill, and Maple's in the area. He's looking for more. He finds himself a 4th. And
Maple.
things are going pretty crazy in favor of PSG.
Yeah, he just keeps getting them. Lead is really building up now. And LJW, I mean, he's only down 20 CS, but the Rumble is just so strong. It's taking the plates. And Impunity, they walk into the river without that mid priority. I think Maple just based and TP'd. Yeah, TP behind does come in, and he's so strong. I mean, he's 3-0 before this fight. Comes in and deals just so much damage. Oh, actually got cancelled there by the Maokai. So he didn't even really do anything. I take it back. But he got the kill.
He's happy. He's a happy man. As you would be. 12 minutes in, 4-0 as the Jace.
Yeah, look at his
finishes up
items.
his Duskblade. It's also Jinjia, has his Yomus available as well, being the benefactor of one of those kills down bot we just witnessed. Now Jinjia entering the bot side jungle, picking up the Scuttle Crab. It is 30 seconds until this Cloud Dragon is available, and there is no real way for Impunity to contest this. You do have the Kraken Slayer available for Blaze, but with just how far behind your Azir is, despite being 0-0-0, it does feel like an impossibility.
I think so. Feels like your best bet might just be to try kill Arja on top side. He doesn't have flash, and if you can get this Fiora going, maybe that could be a way in. If you just can handshake the 5v5 though, it doesn't look good, and I think Arashi knows wants to make some sort of play up here. It's going to get spotted out, though. In worst case, Aja can just ult the wave, which makes trading onto him very difficult. Wako being looked at.
Oh, just a solar flare, thanks to that Youmu's movement speed. Filia, no flash available, is going to be rooted up here.
Oh, nice
as
ult.
well as the Chain of Corruption landing on the Blaze, forcing out the Featherstorm, as well as the Cleanse. Glacial Prison does go wide, but importantly, the slow will land. And Junji are taking up the tower, as Woody will take second dibs, land that stun. Wako picks himself up, yet another kill. The whole map, really, for PSG, winning pretty hard.
Yeah, it feels like RJ might even just be undivable. He has the ult. He could even just fight them 1v2, I think. They have to try something, though. They're so far behind in this game, and feels like top lane.
Do they even get the opportunity? Because right now, oh my god.
They do not.
I want the replay of that. I'm pretty sure I know what happened. He got cooked alive.
He did. Wow. I mean, PSG, they're winning everywhere. 2 Dragons to 0. Now 3 winning lanes and the winning jungle. I mean, maybe Impunity, you're really grasping at straws, but your carries are reasonably strong. They're just not as strong.
I think not as strong might be an understatement. They are, well, the PSG carries at least are extremely accelerated. Let's have a look. Flame Spitter, LJW Q's forward, Equalizer probably about to be dropped.
Yeah. If you hit even, yeah. It wasn't even close, unfortunately. Remember, this is your counter pick. I think Rumble is a hard champ to counter, but Fiora surprises me.
I wonder if it's another just pick Gragas angle.
You can't, though, with Maokai Z. That's the problem.
Yeah, true. I just mean in general.
Yeah, it probably is, to be honest. Ooh.
Well, Dredge line here. Blaze does know Featherstorm. It is going to be Junjia going over the wall. Will flash follow, lands the stun, picks himself up a kill here as Arashi and Felia, as well as Shearer, join the fray. LJW even teleporting in. Emperor's Divide does land here onto Junjia, who does not have sums available. Maple as well, getting stunned up a lot, and it should be a shutdown going over. It's going to go to the Fiora. That's a massive amount of gold given, as Junjia somehow has navigated his way out of his predicament.
There is no TP for Arja, but he is just taking a lot of gold. The overheat attack speed is pretty absurd.
Yeah. The guy's been playing some arena, picked himself up Deft, the augment, an extra 50% attack speed. Taking down this tower in no time. Now, Rift Shield also being looked at. You could just put a bot to secure the last outer, but it almost feels like you can just place it top or mid to open up the base.
Maple's TPing bot as well.
Maple. They're taking the Rift Shield while Maple's teleporting bot, looking at Shearer. Shearer does drag away, but there is absolutely no contest here as Maple just absolutely bashes him down. He's 5-1 now on the Jace.
And the game does feel so hard.
Yeah. I mean, you don't even have the engage, really. You do have Azir and Leona, but it feels like if you're able to get in range of that, you've already probably taken half your health from the Jace, from the Varus.
Maple needs to be a bit careful here. Doesn't really have the vision or the teammates to do this. Probably should have just reset. He's going to get spotted out.
Will be spotted out. Does use acceleration gate. Hex gates. Oh my! Arashi's Teemo thumbs up. He knows he's absolutely doomed. Oh my! What is going on?
I think he's. Oof.
Yeah, he's not out of here. There's a lot of CC coming through. Woody will connect with that hook. Arashi trying to live. Eventually will be taken down. Actually lived for a long, long time, and that was a very twisted advance.
Yeah, I did not know it worked like that, but it does make sense. Unfortunately, Arashi probably also just found out as well. Trying to get that cancelled. And Jace now has that complete man immune. It's about to be upgraded as well, so it's almost 10k gold lead here for PSG at 17 minutes. Oh, LJW's got a flank, but this Fiora is so weak. But he's a Fiora.
And now Equalizer coming out will land very, very well there. Onto Shearer. Felia as well. Solo. Electric Harpoon secures the double kill here for Arja. Importantly, LJW does get away, but it's 2 kills already found from PSG as this Rift Herald headed towards the base of Impunity. Oh, the hook is dodged away from Blaze using that minion as Junjia goes forward. Bramble Smash will hit him out, but look at Azir.
Wow.
Everyone knows that fire is strong against wood, and Arashi just got absolutely melted by that Flame Spitter. It's going to be an inhib taken out. 18 minutes.
Two inhibs.
Yeah, second inhib being looked at now.
Yeah.
Maple and the rest of PSG. Oh my god, Blaze has lost his health bar. Hextech Protobelt will get Arzi out of that solar flare, but Felia kind of just Zenith blading in for his doom. Gets taken out. It's another kill here for Wako as inhib number 2 gets taken out. And I kind of wish they went for the end. It would have been funny to watch, but it does make sense with how the mana bars are looking that they are going to recall. It does feel like, though, I don't even know if PSG need the Baron. In fact, I don't even think they can. Their champions really don't take Baron.
I mean, they are ahead enough. Maybe they can do it, but I think it was, yeah, flash W from Arashi, and that is
Timo
tragic.
thumbs up.
Yeah, he realizes halfway through that he is in a bit of trouble.
I feel like Felia was going to die if that Zenith blade landed, but no, the boys are trying to help each other. Look at the ridiculous healing though that Radiant Virtue has given Arashi.
That's pretty ridiculous. Well, Maple, he's got to be happy.
Every time this guy gets a kill, he giggles.
They've been pretty funny, to be fair.
Ooh, all the boys are giggling.
Wow.
All right. Inhib number 3. There's actually just no wave clear, by the way. There's like...
No, not that can walk up
well,
anyway.
Sheer is, but he's currently trying to take an outer tower bot lane, so...
Nature's Grasp for wave clear.
Yeah.
Works for now. Oh my god,
Now,
just diving.
they are just diving. Equalizer comes out. Blaze is getting so chucked in. Oh my god, from half health. The accelerated shock blast will confirm the kill. And now PSG, 19.5 minutes in, are headed towards the base of Impunity. Shearer comes back. It's Redemption. Emperor's Divide will be flashed away from us. Junji are tanking up both these towers. Will be taken down. Shut down for Shearer, but it feels like too little too late as PSG making work now onto these Nexus towers. Looks like a 20-minute game in favor of PSG. We'll see. Death timers are coming up. Blaze will be alive soon, and he's not the weakest member on the team. It looks like they won't be able to end for now, and in fact have to play it safe. Wako is finding damage, and the hook from Woody lands. Further damage now put onto Blaze. He's down to half health. It's Felia also down to 1 HP. Wako, though, is going to be Twisted Advanced on. The cleanse comes out. Arashi is going to be going down. And the follow-up is going to be just too much. Nice flash from Blaze, but he just doesn't have the damage. It's not late enough in the game. And it's going to be another kill. Double kill there for Maple. It is going to be a 20-minute affair. It's PSG in very, very convincing fashion. 15k gold lead, 20-minute game. Banger.
Banger, yeah, that was an absurd lead there. 28 kills there in only 20 minutes as well, so very bloody game, of course, and I'm not even sure who I'd give the MVP to. It feels like just PSG were winning everywhere.
It'll be Maple or Jinjia, I feel.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe Jinjia for setting so much of the early game up, but...
And Maple had that one mistake. If it was a mistake. I mean, he just got all the attention and died, but like, Jinjia didn't die and found a lot. I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah, let's just give it to PSG
Yeah.
as a whole. I mean, they look so strong, and credit to them for making Varus work. I mean, that is, I think, a really good game for Varus, because you actually do have extra damage from other roles, right? The Rumble adds a lot to that. And I think also, if you're against a team that you know is kind of weak early, playing Varus to exploit that does make sense. Like, I think part of it is, obviously there's a big mismatch in the teams, right? But I think it was a good game to pick Varus, and they made it look good. So I'm happy for that, I suppose. Maybe bodes well for them going into the playoffs, having that extra flexibility in the bot lane that maybe other teams don't. Still a little worried about Waku, I guess. I mean, he was 8-1-6, but that mistake, again, I feel like he's been 2v2 killed bot. Like, I don't know, half the games is split.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see his, like... Yeah, I don't know if it would count as isolate.